Today's short video will be covering AWS KMS envelope encryption. So let's just jump right into the question for today. A developer is working on an application that stores highly confidential data in a database. The developer must use AWS Key Management Service, or KMS, with an envelope encryption to protect the data. How should the developer configure the data encryption to meet these requirements? A. Encrypt the data using a KMS key and store the encrypted data in the database. Encrypt the data by using a generated data key. Store the encrypted data in the database. Encrypt the data by using a generated data key. Store the encrypted data and the data key ID in the database. Or D. Encrypt the data using a generated data key. Store the encrypted data and the encrypted data key in the database. So the only correct answer on this one would be D. And let's take a look at why that is the case. So the correct answer was to encrypt the data using a generated data key and store the encrypted data key in the encrypted data key in the database. So if you're not familiar with encryption envelope, what it is taking your data and encrypting it with a key and then encrypting that key with another key. In a sense, you're encoding the key with an envelope and we're storing that key, which would be your final plain key, in KMS for your access. And AWS's KMS will handle all the access management for you. So let's look at the other options that were available in the question and why those don't work. The first one is actually encrypting it with the data with a KMS key. This is not actually envelope encryption, so this is why this one won't work. The second option was the same as above, that it's not actual envelope encryption. And the third one is actually storing the encrypted data ID and not the key itself. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a quick demo through KMS just to make sure that you're familiar with it and that you feel comfortable answering questions about it on the exam. I'm going to walk you through creating a key in KMS on AWS. So we'll go ahead and create a key. We're going to leave the default symmetric and encryption as normal here on the default page. You can take a look at the advanced options, but we're not going to be messing with those today. Go ahead and create it. Let's create a name for our key and a description and hit next. This will populate the administrators for the key. We're going to go ahead and choose the admin for this case. And we're going to do the same for the key usage permission. So we just go ahead and leave it with admin. Hit next. And then you'll have to review the configuration for your key. Everything looks right. And that's all it takes to go ahead and create a new key in KMS. Alright, and then on the screen what you see here is an example of using Python to go ahead and encrypt and decrypt a code in KMS. If you're not familiar with Python, that's okay. This is pretty straightforward. I just wanted to show you an example of how easy it is to use KMS with AWS. And that's everything for today's short. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below so that we know what we can work on to improve. Have a great day.